The dreaded marriage battle. It is the dreaded relationship battle. Shoot, it's the dreaded friendship battle. Right, here it is. Here it is. Where do you want to eat? You saw where I was going as soon as I said the first two statements. Three words. Where do you? Right? We know a whole lot of where we don't know a whole lot of where we want to eat, but we know a whole lot of where we don't want to eat. Scenario, okay? You're sitting in the vehicle with your spouse or your significant other, and you're like, okay, where do you want to eat? And they say, well, I don't know. Where do you want to eat? Well, I don't know. So begins the tension and tug of war. One of you, somewhere, oftentimes the husband, I love you, says, well, let's eat here. And then the wife says, well, I don't want that. Okay, well, where do you want to eat? And then it goes back and forth. I mean, it could be the dude as well. It could be the husband as well. Like, the wife says something, you're like, I don't really necessarily want that. But in most cases, someone gets worn down and they're just like, whatever. And then they're unhappy eating in that place. And then there's this disunity and frustration and aggravation, right? It's a dreaded issue. It's a dreaded issue, all right? We have this statement when it comes to battle, divide and conquer. We've heard that, right? Divide and conquer. It talks about creating disunity. It talks about ripping apart strong, battle-ready soldiers and battle-ready administrations, if you will, and battle-ready people that, like if you can get in there and you can divide them, if you can create issues, if you can separate them, if you can break them apart, you will conquer them. You will conquer them. And there's this wrong perspective of unity. All right, we're all about understanding disunity. And in our understanding of disunity, we think unity will happen when others think the same way we think. But that's not the case. Unity is discovered not in uniformity. Unity is discovered when we begin to understand everybody's different experiences, everybody's different understanding, everybody's different view. And when you begin to shape those things together, when you begin to see your strengths and your weaknesses and how others' strengths interact with that and how others' weaknesses interact with that, you will discover some powerful effects of unity. All right, my marriage, for instance, all right, some people thought this is ridiculous, this is absurd. There is no way that these two people will ever make it. Why? Because we were so very different. We were so very different. My wife is articulate. She is organized. She is, she's got this rigidity, if you will, of way things are done. And I'm just like spontaneous. I'm just like go and fly and do whatever and just go for it. And a lot of that has changed, but there was this balance that took place. There was this balance that took place where my wife helped me structure things, and then I helped her to be more spontaneous. My wife helped me structure life better and structure my calendar better and help me structure pastoring better. And I helped her not be so overwhelmed and rigid. I helped her to be more spontaneous, to be more open to doing some things on the fly, that kind of stuff. There's this experience that happened between the two of us. Ephesians 2:14 talks about this. It talks about how disunity had separated people. All right. Now, in that specific text is talking about Jesus dying on the cross and Jews and Gentiles, two different people groups, two different nations, two different races, and how they had been so separated by racism and all these other issues, and it created this massive divide. And Paul is saying, look, Jesus came and he destroyed the barrier. He destroyed the things that ripped them apart. He destroyed all the stuff that tore them into two pieces. There is so much disunity in our nation. It is causing issue after issue, struggle after struggle, breakdown after breakdown. And we need to realize that we, in our different perspective and understanding, can begin to come together and find solutions and discover answers, who is deeply, more than anything else, Jesus Christ. All right? You got to check your racism. You got to check your ideas of equality. You got to check who you are. You've got to begin to wrap your mind around the fact that Jesus came to destroy the wall, the barrier, the issue that stands between us, so that we can be together, so that we can fight together, be one through all different generations, all different people groups, all different nations. Come on.